like to welcome y'all from Field to Plate with Larry Lewis. We got a special guest this week, Connor Wilson. Y'all know he was on here last year, and they'll introduce his show and stuff. You'll get to see all of that. But now we get to the cooking part of it. Connor, you ready to cook? Connor's a pretty good cook. We cooked a lot last year, didn't we? What's your favorite part? Cooking it. You like frying it? Like watching it fry?
Like eating it?
I like eating it. It's always good to eat in it. So what we got actually is 2 turkey breasts and 2 wild turkey tenderloins. And we're going to do 3 different dishes, I guess, today. We're going to do a stuffed turkey with asparagus, mushrooms on it, and then it's going to have some pepper jack cheese and wrapped in bacon. So that's going to be yummy. And then we're going to fry some turkey, which is my favorite way, and I use this Kentucky kernel flour. It's great. It's pre-mixed. Ain't no use to mess with something good. But we got a new version today, and they actually make a spicy one that we're going to try. And then when we get it fried, we're actually going to make some of it a buffalo style wild turkey bites, and we got with our homemade blue cheese dressing that we made a little earlier. So we're excited to get started. I'm excited to have Brandon and Connor here today to help. And I look forward to watching your show. How big turkey did you kill?
Big.
Big? Real big? Have you eaten your turkey yet? Nope. So what I usually do, I cut it in smaller strips. Why ain't you eat your turkey yet? Ain't fried it up yet? Okay. I cut it in smaller strips. I've cleaned it. And the reason why I like to cut it in smaller strips, it fries good, quick. You don't have a big chunk of meat you're sitting there chewing on either. I let it soak in buttermilk overnight. I always do most wild game that I cook. And well, actually, you want them in nuggets or do you want them strips?
Strips.
Strips? Okay. So, let's do it this way. Let's cut them this way. And if you want to, I took most of it. It ain't really called silver skin like on a deer, but they are a layer of skin. And what I'll actually do, I'll just kindly, when I'm cutting it, I'll just flay it off of them like that and cut them in strips like this. And we'll fry them up. It's my favorite way. And you're done, you see a piece that's either shotgun in it or whatever, I just clean it as I get that out, because you don't know till you start cutting it up. And, turkey breast is pretty thick, so if it has a piece of shot in it, you may not find it till you get way into it. So I just cut it up in pieces like this. It's my favorite way, bite size, thin pieces. They fry quick when you fry them. And they do really good that way. So we're going to have a lot of turkey today, Connor. You think we'll get any help eating it after a while?
No.
Nope. We don't want no help, do we? We want to save it all to ourselves. You want to help me? You want to put that in a milk bowl?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I cut a bunch of it, I usually just a glass, plastic bowl, whatever you want to, drop the turkey in the milk because it helps the coat stick to it a little bit better in a little bit. So actually I'm going to cut this one off this way. Sometimes when you're cutting turkey, all of them does, even chicken breast, you'll have a piece of silver skin that separates this muscle from the rest of the breast. We'll actually use this one, Connor, to stuff with our asparagus and stuff. So I'll cut that out. We'll finish cutting this one up. I always use a flaying knife. It's my favorite knife to go to in the kitchen. So tell me a little bit about your turkey hunt. Did your daddy call it in? Did you call some?
No.
Did you have your... What kind of gun did you use?
Don't know.
Don't know? Your daddy want to talk about your hunt a little bit?
Can we talk about it for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Brandon, tell us a little bit about Connor's hunt
Well,
while we're cutting it up.
this season started off better than last. First day we set up, we had birds all over us. And as you'll see in the video later on, it was just an amazing hunt. If you thought last year's was good, this is gonna be awesome. We had some birds come in the first day, but Connor didn't get it done. And the second day, he sealed the deal on one.
So we got one more whole breast cut up. Did it gobble a bunch coming in? Did it go?
Yeah.
Did it?
And it ran.
It ran.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did it puff up any?
Yeah.
What's it called when they puff up?
Strutting.
Strut. Did you hear it drumming?
No.
No.
A little bit.
Hard to hear that sometimes, man. Especially when they come in quick and they're ready to get in there. I can remember when I was younger and hunted with Dad quite a bit. Even times when they wasn't gobbling a lot, we'd be on a ridge and off in the distance on like a log road, you could hear one drumming. It's pretty cool. You knew exactly what it was. Needless to say, he was already with hens. That's why he wasn't gobbling, but it's still a neat experience.
Yeah, if you're in a ground blind, it just kind of shakes the walls on it. You know what's going on.
So we'll cut a bunch more of this up. I'm anxious to eat some of this after a while. You gonna help me fry it, batter it and fry it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You like what other, you like deer hunting too?
Yeah.
You like to fish?
Yeah.
What's your favorite fish to catch?
Big.
Big. That's a good answer. And if you want them chunkier pieces, you can. I just like them thinner pieces. That's my own preference when I'm frying them. Fry them quick, fast, easy, and they're always good. Make sandwiches, dip them in sauce. What's your favorite thing to dip them in?
Don't know.
You like ranch dressing?
I don't know.
You like barbecue sauce pretty good, don't you?
Yeah.
That's good. Are you a ketchup eater?
Yeah.
My kids are too. We go through a lot of ketchup and ranch dressing at the house. And you'll know it when you get to a piece of the tough. It'll kind of let you know it. Just cut it out. And I was wanting to go through this process, actually, how I cut turkey up. I didn't want you to come in here and just see a bunch of turkey already cut up. This is actually from Jake that was killed. And pretty good eating. I want to go over to Connor's house and help him eat his one night. Will you fix it for me?
Yeah.
You're a pretty good helper. You're quick. We're about there. We're about ready to start frying, aren't we? We're going to make that stuffed one first, and then we'll fry some. Will that work?
Yeah.
You like cheese? You like
Yeah.
bacon?
Yeah.
Well, you might like this one. You like mushrooms?
No.
No. Probably don't like asparagus either, do you?
No.
Old green looking tree like stuff. No. So what we'll actually do, if y'all see all this breast meat soaking in buttermilk, when we come back, we'll fry that a little bit later. We'll get cleaned up here and we'll come back actually and do our pepper jack cheese, mushroom, and asparagus dish with wild turkey. And be back in a few. One of the things that I always do whenever I'm getting ready to make either poppers or anything wrapped in bacon, and the reason why I do this, because most time the cooking time it takes to cook something, it don't really crisp the bacon. So I'll pre-cook the bacon to about halfway done in the oven before I wrap anything. And that makes sure by the time everything cooks evenly, you get good crisp on the bacon and the meat's done. If you're cooking something that's going to take a little longer to cook, it's fine to wrap it in raw bacon. But I like to try to get the bacon crispy. So what we'll do, I got a just regular oven pan with a non-stick non-stick surface here with a and just put your bacon in like you would normally. I really like to bake bacon instead of frying it. It does a good job and it crisps up nice. So usually at the house we every time we cook bacon we make it in the oven. And this is just a thick cut hickory smoke. You can use any brand you want to, any flavor. This is just usually what I get. So we'll actually get us a tray full of that. We'll set the oven to 350, and when your bacon gets halfway cooked or a little more, we'll take it out, and that way it's still pliable. And actually what we're doing with this bacon, we're going to make a tender wild turkey tenderloin off the breast, stuffed with mushroom, asparagus, and wrapped in bacon. And we're going to shred some pepper jack cheese a little later and put it on top of it and then bake it in the oven and serve it up a little bit later. So here's something I really like. Take the wild turkey tenderloins, which is the best part of the turkey. You see they're not super thick. Our pre-cooked, half-cooked bacon that we did beforehand that we was talking about, that way it crisps up. I always, like I said, pre-cook it. That way you get good crispy bacon. Because a long time ago when we make poppers was done, but bacon wasn't crispy enough. And I was like, they have to be a better way. So better way, half cook it and it crisps up by the time everything's done and everything's not overcooked. So Connor, what we're going to do, if you want to help me, you get me a couple pieces of asparagus. Get me another one. Okay. Well, I think we might be able to get 3 in there. And we'll get some mushrooms out. You like mushrooms?
No.
No. You want to get them out for me? We'll do one. That'll work. So let's put a couple mushroom pieces on it. Do you like the mushrooms like you find in the woods somewhere else?
No.
I like them. They're my favorite. So we kind of want to do a twist on these. And actually, I got some toothpicks we need to get. Open these up. They're small. So let's dump a few of these out right there. That'll be plenty, I think. Okay. We'll set these back to the side. Okay, so when we wrap that like that, then we want to take some bacon, and this will keep your turkey from, I won't only make it good, but it'll keep it from, we need to re-wrap this one. That didn't work out too well. So let's do this again. And these mushrooms, where they're not pre-cooked, a little harder to wrap. You want to, you can pre-cook them, but I didn't want to overcook them. So now we should be good. Let's take us a toothpick this time. Let's stick them through, and that'll help hold it together while you wrap the bacon. And we'll also add mushrooms on top of the whole thing with the cheese when we get done. So a lot of times I'll smoke asparagus on a smoker, and I'll wrap like 3 or 4 in bacon. And we might do a few like that in a minute. We have enough bacon left over. So a couple pieces of bacon per each one. It's alright if it goes on to past this. We're actually going to put another, not that toothpick, but another toothpick in there. Gloves, it's hard to pick these up, isn't it, Connor? I'm excited to watch your turkey video. So it actually looks pretty nice. And you'll want to bake these probably about 20 minutes or so, and we'll check on them. And they should be really close to being done. So we get another tenderloin, couple of 3 pieces of asparagus. Try to get a couple mushrooms in there with it. Probably suggest pre-cooking mushrooms. Probably be a little easier on you. This is just something a little different that you can do with wild turkey. You don't all the time have to fry it. You can grill it, smoke it. You can take a whole turkey breast, and we may do that in the future, and actually smoke it and slice it up, let it cool off, slice it up during the week for sandwiches, make your own sandwich meat, take work with you, etc. and that's another good option to do with turkey. You ever had smoked turkey before?
No.
No. Would you try it? We made some.
No.
Yep. You like deer meat?
No.
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 I believe you're fibbing.
I bet you'd eat some deer meat. You like deer jerky?
No.
Yep, we got a smile that time. I do too. Don't last long enough, does it? Huh? It never does at our house. We eat it fast. So the last one's ready here. We'll actually wrap it in bacon. Those couple toothpicks. Toothpicks are savers on these. This past weekend, Connor, we made duck, dove, and wild turkey poppers on the smoker. They's good. It's fun. We eat a bunch of them too. We overeat, I think. I'm bad for that. Okay. Now we got our asparagus in here like that. And actually, it won't hurt a thing. You got some extra asparagus left over. You buy a whole thing of it. If you wrap them up, wrap your piece of bacon around them. I do this and I'll throw them on a smoker like this. The bacon kind of helps keep them together. Makes it look pretty, I guess. You can put this on each end. Ain't no use wasting food, so we'll make a couple of these and we'll eat these after a while with them. What's your favorite kind of cheese? You like
Pepper Jack.
Pepper Jack? Guess what we're using today?
What?
Pepper Jack. I didn't know you like Pepper Jack. That's cool. So we'll just put another one in like that, and want to put cheese on it?
Yeah.
More the better. We're going to use all that cheese. That work? That'll work. Dump her on there. Let me help you a little bit. Kind of like sticking in it. This is going to be a lot of cheese. We like a lot of cheese, don't we? So we'll have this cheese. We got a piece of bacon. We just well put that on there too. It's good, ain't it?
Like good pepper jack?
I like pepper jack. Actually, you can throw your extra asparagus on top it off. This is going to be yummy after all. We'll take a handful of mushrooms, spread them around it like that. We got the oven preheated to 350 degrees. And we'll let this bake and we'll check on the doneness of it after a while. And when you come back later, we'll be eating some asparagus, mushroom wrapped with wild turkey breast, and then wrapped in bacon with pepper jack cheese. So now we're in a process of actually making a homemade blue cheese dressing that's going to pair great with the buffalo wild turkey we're going to make, and any dipping sauce. So right now I have a 1/3 cup of this white whole milk in my bowl, and what we want to do now is put a teaspoon of this white vinegar. And after we do this, it has it set for 5 minutes because the vinegar actually coagulate the white milk, make it a little chunky too. It's kind of like a process of making cheese making. Add acid to the milk. So we'll let this set for 5 minutes, and then we'll continue on with the blue cheese making. The rest of the ingredients for the blue cheese, our milk and vinegar has been actually setting for 5 minutes. If you can tell, get the shot, I'll go back and forth. It's a little chunky in the bottom, a little thicker than what it's, and that's what you want. We add our 5 ounces of blue cheese. And it says just mix well. It depends on how chunky you want it. I like chunky blue cheese. If you don't want it as chunky, grind it up a little finer. So we don't want it to be super chunky because everybody may not like it. So we'll take a fork, we'll mix it up. We'll leave some of it pretty chunky. And you just smash it up with a fork like you would anything else. Take your backside of your fork and use it to smash with. We'll keep doing that. Okay. That's how I want it. I like it. If you don't want it as chunky, then don't, keep smashing it. To that, we're going to add a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. I use Duke's, but you can use whatever brand you like. It doesn't specify exact brand. I always use a bowl to put my my dirty stuff in, so you don't make a mess everywhere. Then to the mayonnaise, you add everything else, which is a teaspoon of white sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper, and a dash of salt. And I have all that in here if you want to look at that. So we'll add that to the mixture. Then to that, it says add a 1/3 cup of sour cream plus 1 tablespoon. So it's alright if you add a little extra of that. So we'll put our tablespoon in there. And then to that is actually 4 teaspoons of white wine vinegar. We'll add that to this mixture. Set this to the side, and then we'll mix it all together. You can see it coming together. It's whitening up and a little chunky, and I like a good blue cheese dressing. One in Florida we used to eat all the time. It was Graffiti's, his name restaurant. Graffiti's Funky Blue Shack. That's in Florida. And they had a pecan blue cheese dressing that is just, it was wonderful. And after you get it mixed well together, make sure you incorporate it good. Add it to a mason jar, put the lid on it, and let it set overnight. Now here comes my favorite part. I've tried all kinds of different turkey recipes, but I still like it fried the best. Even quail, grouse, anything fried, birds, hard to beat, isn't it, Connor?
Yeah.
You ready to help me?
Yeah.
Well, you take some of that turkey, and we're going to fry it in the regular Kentucky Colonel seasoned flour first. And those that watch this for, you've seen us frying this batter. I think quail and turkey from last year, pretty much the same thing. This year we're going to do a little twist, make some of it buffalo style, and got some homemade blue cheese. But other than that, buttermilk overnight, cook your turkey, put it back in the milk to help coat it, put in the flour, dredge it once, and fry it, and it's ready to eat. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. You dump me some in there, and we'll get it battered up, okay? That'll work. We'll do a few at a time. It usually goes quick. They fry super fast because we cut them thin. Always dump away from you, keep from splattering on you. Did you know that? Keep hot grease from you. You put it in away from you like this. And it makes the grease go that way instead of back towards you. No one wants no hot grease on them, do they? You can put me some more in there if you want to, Connor. If you want it coated extra heavy, you can do like we did on the fried chicken, double dredge it. To me, I like the turkey not hardly as coated as I did the chicken that we did. That's one of the purposes that I like doing it, cutting it thinner and putting a lighter dredge on it. So you gonna try to kill another turkey before season goes out?
What?
Huh?
What?
You are?
You gonna take another turkey before season?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you want to watch using plastic gloves. You get too close to the fire, it definitely melted on your hands. So. I either use a bowl like this. I do have a breader. I didn't bring it this time. If I don't do that, then I'll use you can also use a Ziploc bag and shake it in it. We'll try that method next. So what we're actually going to do, we're going to get all this turkey fried up. We got plenty more to fry. We're going to fry some in the regular batter, some in our spicy Cajun batter, and then we'll be ready to eat. Thanks for tuning in this episode from Field to Plate. Everything's done. Our turkey we did that was wrapped with, that had asparagus mushrooms wrapped around the turkey, and then the bacon wrap with mushrooms and pepper jack cheese is done. We got a honey mustard dressing ranch, our homemade blue cheese that we made earlier in the show. We got a Cajun deep fried batter, and then a regular battered and buffalo battered wild turkey. And Connor, have you made your turkey like this yet?
No.
Why not?
Because my mom too lazy.
Uh-oh. Someone's in the doghouse. Thanks for tuning in. Watch for when this air. I'd like to thank Mountain Telephone TV for letting me do this. Recipes will be on the internet for you guys to look at. So, want to try a piece, Connor?
Yeah.
Here, there's a little piece. I want to try the Cajun one. Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for tuning in.